times. So thank goodness this is a desert temple seed, not a chance for the chest to be covered in stone. And I actually hear lava as I'm blowing up the temple, so I'm like, oh, this is great. I can just enter down here. But the TNT blows up and I'm just in the lava. So we reset again for the 4th time, and we can't do it again. So if this seed is terrible, we just have to play it. Funny enough, it's another shipwreck seed, so I loot it, I enter the bastion, I'm doing pretty well. But I get a couple aggro piglins on me, and as I go to build up to the chalice, I run out of blocks at the worst possible moment. Instinctually, I go to ask for a seed change. I mean, it's not a guarantee they would also agree to change the seed, but just maybe I could get rid of this tragic death. But we have reset enough seeds, I just can't do that anymore. So thankfully, the reset world option is still available, and now I have 3 minutes to catch up on this guy. Dude, it's bad. Like, I know that this guy has been looting the shipwrecks faster than me. I think except for this seed. This was like the first seed that I actually got to the ship quicker. And I'm not sure if that's because I have my settings changed differently. Regardless, I still think there's a chance we can pull this up. There's a couple advantages we do have from dying. Like, I know exactly where the enter's gonna be. I know everything that I need to craft. Although that's not really an issue. Like, when you're looting all of these things, you should know what you're going to craft. I think my crafting here is pretty solid. I actually recently increased my sensitivity like 2 days ago or something. So it all just feels slightly speedier. I've upped my sensitivity a couple times over the past year, and every time I've done it, I've really liked it. I go back to Minecraft, and it's insane to watch my crafting. I feel like a wizard. I also know to get more leaves this time around because I ran out as I was bridging up. I just got hit by a piglin at the worst possible moment, so I fell straight into the lava lake. I got a couple more blocks this time. We have about a stack, and I'm off to the magma ravine. So I break my boat, and I dig down. I know that on the 5th gravel that I break, I get the flint. Since rates are standardized, I break the one under my door perfectly in time to get my flint, so that felt kind of cool. And now we build a 2x1, which is a little bit awkward because I'm using leaves and wood, so I mess up my door placement here ever so slightly. So I get a little bit confused. I didn't mess it up the first time I played around the seed, but all that means is I have to replace my door placement so I can reach the lava. It was a bit of a problem because I kind of turned like where I would normally reach the lava into obsidian, so I just like kind of denied myself. But we enter the Nether. It's 5 minutes, and the Blazer 97 is still in the bastion, as you can see in the top right. So I'm feeling pretty good. I know to use my leaves slightly less on this Nether train. I spammed a few too many last time. Definitely could have conserved some. And this run is also nice because I didn't get 2 skeletons shooting me down right here. So last run, I had to kill 2 skeletons before I could do this little speed bridge into boat off over here. So as I'm building up to the bastion, or running over to it, I did want to mention one thing. So I made a video yesterday, 2 days ago, something like that, the last video on this channel, about building. And in it, dude, my commentary, I go watch that back, and I saw a couple comments on it. I say like so often when I am not very precise and like, oh, I did it again. When I'm not thinking about my commentary a ton. Oh, this is kind of interesting. I have to like freaking parkour this guy out. When I'm not very conscious of how I'm speaking, I say like all over the place. I probably said it a couple times during this video. I don't think it's necessarily bad. A video is meant for entertainment, so if it's entertaining at the end of the day, that serves its purpose, right? But I am gonna try to be very conscious of saying like in this video, because I think it's good to not have filler words. I say like in between sentences when I'm thinking of what next to say, and in commentaries like this, it's the perfect environment for like to sprout up everywhere. And I think when you don't have those filler words, it makes you sound, it just gives off a different vibe to the way you speak. It's more confident. Like if you're, oh my gosh, I said it again. If you're giving a presentation or a speech in class, eliminating ums or likes in your speech, even if every other word is exactly the same, I think it makes a big difference on the way people view you. I think it gives it more credibility. And same with being able to have pauses in between each sentences. I think that also gives credibility to it because you know what you need to say and you're not necessarily spamming out words, which I feel like I'm kind of doing right now, to just keep on speaking. I don't know. Commentating is kind of a weird process. I think I've been doing this Nether very well in the top right. The Blazer 97 is still in the bastion, so he either died as well is having a very hard time finding the fortress, and my movement is feeling so good. I can't tell you how amazing it felt to increase my sensitivity. Yes, I'm slightly less accurate, but I think accuracy will come with time. But every other aspect, it just literally is faster. It probably sounds kind of dumb, but like I said like it. My crafting feels way less stressed. Stressed isn't the right word. Let's use strained. It feels less strained. I had a pretty low sense, and maybe still do relatively, especially when I started speedrunning. Oh my gosh, my sensitivity was lower than basically everybody. So I've upped it literally 3 times. But I make that point because I was always on the very edge of my reach, like on the edges of my mouse pad to really get the crafting on. And not literally on the edges of my mouse pad, but like to the edges of what's comfortable. And now that it's increased it, for like the first time, it's felt natural to craft. And part of it's probably because I recently went through the change, and I'll definitely like get used to it to some extent, and maybe my crafting will slow down. But right now, it feels just really fun. I did hit a zombie piglin, which is a bit unfortunate. I think I took a couple of hearts of damage, which wouldn't be a huge deal, but I only have 2 pieces of bread, so I kind of have to play this smart. If I run into a wither skeleton that hits me a little bit, it's not going to be a great scenario. And at this point, you'll see in the top right, the blazer still hasn't found the fortress. So I'm ahead by pace, but I don't notice it because my mind is just on, like, I need to play this fortress out really smart. I'm trying to catch up still. So I spot 2 spawners right here, which is good. And I'm trying to decide which one I should blow up with a bed. Well, not like blow up the spawner. You guys know what I mean. Like blow up the space around so more blazes can spawn. And I don't like this one over here because there's some lava around. There's a whole bunch of basalt, and I don't think the blaze bed is going to be as good. So I decide to go back. I see this stray though. I'm like, okay, I should probably get the stray before I go back to the other spawner. And these skeletons start trolling me a bit. I also get another spawn at the spawner, so I'm like, okay, I gotta get this before I leave. Now I'm up to 3 rods, and I take some high terrain to hopefully avoid these skeletons, which kind of works. One of the skeletons shot the other, so I think they're in some sort of duel right now. But there is a 3rd one that's shooting me between my little barriers. So I do 1 crit above, hit his feet, and he's dead. I think I'm all situated with the skeletons. I might have to kill the survivor of that duel later at some point. But I pull off a very fluid-feeling blaze bed. Not the fastest you'll ever see, but felt very smooth, I guess. Which, whenever you get a smooth bit of gameplay in your speedrun, I feel like for me, it gives a boost of confidence. I know I said I feel like it gives for me, but I think that was a worthy use of the word like. And I have gone back and rewatched some of my other voice lines, and I've said like when I haven't even noticed it. Sorry, I'm on a tangent of saying like. What was I saying? Yeah, if you have a smooth bit of gameplay in your speedrun, just the confidence that it gives you, I think is valuable. I think to myself, wow, I'm playing good. Let's crank out these other things. So I gotta crank out my portal now because I got all 6 blaze rods. And I've been practicing my portals, not necessarily this portal, but I've been practicing portals a lot recently. It's kind of hard to explain. But when you build a freestanding portal on like flat terrain, I've had so much fun just mechanically placing those blocks. I know it's a little thing, and there isn't an example in this video, so sorry about that. But I did get a new zoom macro, which I think looks better. That's actually the first time I've seen it in action on the recording. It looks slightly different on my screen, but I use a technique called boat eye where you like get into a boat to position your Minecraft character at more accurate angles. So you only have to throw 1 eye of ender to locate where the stronghold is. And there's a whole bunch of math behind it. This guy named Ninja Brain is basically a wizard. There's this document to explain all of the math behind the calculator that most speedrunners use for finding a stronghold. And it looks like a PhD thesis. It's insane. There's deltas, there's sine, there's cosine, there's those giant squiggly things. The lines of math are 10 pages long. I don't know exactly how long they are, but one equation looks like a paragraph, and that's how you know there's some legit math being worked behind the scenes. And it probably wouldn't have to be that intensive for throwing like 2 eyes of ender, but throwing 1 eye is just insane tech. So I found that very cool. I looked at the document again a couple days ago and thought it was cool. So now we're in the stronghold at 12 minutes, which minus 3 minutes to death. It's really a 9 flat stronghold, so pretty good pace. This would be able to PB if it was a random seed, which is kind of funny. I've been doing some RSG offline. I actually made alt Twitch account. So I have 2 Twitch accounts now, and one of them is just for no mic speedrunning, which has been kind of cool. I made it for this like online tracker system called Paceman. If you type in paceman.gg into Google right now, it's this really cool website where it will show speedrunners like good pace at any given moment. So say there's somebody doing random speedruns and they enter the Nether in 2 minutes at pretty solid pace. They'll appear on this tracker, but as soon as they're just resetting on the wall, it won't show that. And so you get to see this list of all of these cool splits that are going on in real time. Like this person is entering the Nether right now. They're on a blind PB right now. Maybe they're in the end about to do a cool 0 cycle. It'll tell you that information. And all you have to do is click on their little name and you go to their stream, which I thought was such a cool idea. So I made an alt Twitch account to just open whenever I'm doing runs, because I do a lot of runs behind the scenes, but now I'm on Paceman, so if I get on pace, I'll just pop up and people can watch it. So yesterday, for example, it was the first time I was on Paceman. I got on pace. I entered the stronghold in, I don't know, maybe under 9 minutes or something. It was a 9-minute end enter. And 50 people showed up to my stream and just were in chat watching when I had like literally 2 viewers or 1 viewer. Now I didn't know this because I didn't have chat open, but I think the idea behind it is really cool. Okay, back to the speedrun. I went for a 0 cycle. It was really hard. 0 cycle tower 103, which is the tallest tower, and I just didn't have a good enough pearl, so I bailed out, and now we're just doing a bit of half boat, which is my favorite consistent way of killing the dragon, because like shooting down all the crystals, the more crystals that you shoot down, the higher chance you have that the dragon will perch. So if you're doing an all advancement speedrun, where it doesn't really matter if you beat the dragon in 1 minute or 2 minutes, because the speedrun is 4 hours long, this strategy is super nice because it works every single time. There's less risk, and it's really fun to practice your aim with the crossbow. And there's skill to a half bow too. The quicker you can shoot down all the crystals, the better. So in this end, I actually got pretty good RNG, because normally you don't shoot down the crystals, but the direction I pearled had both cage towers right next to me, so I thought to myself, let's just shoot these guys down and we have an even better chance. I think it's around this point that I look up in the top right and see that the blazer is still in the bastion. So the blazer, I hope you didn't have a mental tragedy where like it can just be so bad sometimes. You die, you go back to the bastion, try to get your stuff, you die again, you go back again, you keep dying, and it just puts you in a terrible mental state. So I hope that wasn't the case. Let's just assume that the blazer's internet went out or something. Actually, if that happened, I think he would have forfeited the match. So I don't really know what happened to the blazer. I think he's also a Spanish speaker. I'm pretty sure I saw his stream on Twitch today, so he probably wouldn't even understand this video. And I'm having a lot of fun with the Paceman thing. So if you're watching this video right now and you want to see a speedrun in real time that's happening right now that's on good pace, type in paceman.gg into Google and check it out. Maybe I'm on pace. I don't really know. I'll probably do some more speedruns on that alt Twitch account.
I got invited to a Minecraft version of Jeopardy, and I was so excited to play until I learned we had to sign a contract. It was 100 pages, full of quotes from the B-movie. There was a single page about the actual rules. I mean, maybe it's me, but it seems like the perfect place to hide a scam. So I go to the owner, and you know what he says?
Just funny. It's honestly just kind of for funny.
Well then, Terrain, why on page 43 does it say I'm gonna get murdered? This dude's got a scam game show. So I decided that moment to scam the scam game show. I make a deal with him that allows me to change the contract from getting murdered to getting punched, which is pretty reasonable because I found his hidden clause. However, I changed a few more things about said contract. Guess who was legally obligated to trap him at his own game? Boom. There you go, good sir.
This is good.
3 days go by, and it's the day of the show. So I set aside an hour to prepare the trap. But this funny thing called procrastination came in, and well, we have 2 minutes until it starts, and I haven't done anything. I'm pretty much screwed. There is no way I can design, build, and trap this guy in 2 minutes. So I join the voice call in total defense.
What's up? I'm writing one more question. I have to switch some of them up.
He's writing one more question in we are back in business. I race onto my Minecraft server and design the trapdoor in about a minute. But I can't really have a lever on the floor. That kind of defeats the purpose of a secret trap. So I'm going to activate it with the only method I know how, a redstone torch. But for the life of me, I couldn't remember how to build one. So I'm sitting in a call with the people I'm going to trap, trying to figure out how this thing works. I spend 2 minutes fumbling around, get something that half works, and have to send it. I log onto the server, only to realize another problem. I have none of the resources required to build this trap. You ever played Among Us? That moment when you're the imposter, everybody's finishing their tasks, and you're so stressed because you have to make a kill. Well, that's how I felt. I had no resources, so I went mining to get pistons. I scrummaged through all of my chests and managed to get enough redstone. I sprinted out the door, made it to Jeopardy, and terrain wasn't there. Everything was going perfect, and it looked like I could pull off the trap. That is until Spoke walked around the corner. I was faced with another decision. Continue and risk getting caught, or go invisible and attempt to build the trap while Spoke is above me. In a split-second decision, I throw down the invisibility and go in the game show. I have almost never been more stressed than this. Every block I break is a chance for them to find me. Every second I'm in the VC, I get more suspicious. Minutes go by. I lay down the trap piece by piece and manage to pull it off without them noticing.
Welcome everyone to the third round of Jeopardy's on the Lifesteal SMP. Today we're joined by
Hey, Terrain!
Hello, Terrain.
The trap is directly under terrain, and to activate it, I have to place a single redstone torch on the floor beside me. But we have a problem. Do you see Spoke? He just starts mining the ground with his fist right into my redstone. Like, what is this kid doing?
Me laugh. Okay, I'll be completely honest.
No? Okay.
No. That is the final rule. We're gonna start with Rec because he's on the farthest left.
All right.
Pick a category.
We'll start with SMPs.
A few rounds go by, I get a couple points. But then both Leo and Spoke start digging the ground. Now this time, they're not gonna run into my redstone, but it is an ideal time to replace the cobblestone patch above my redstone.
Okay.
But then Spoke falls in the hole again! Like, what?
Did I? Oh wait, I hit the wrong one, didn't I? Uh-oh.
There you guys
Did I hit the wrong? Hold on. Does anybody have the? There is no traps under there. What the heck? Oh, wait, what? Wait, this was not me genuinely. What is that? Okay, I'm gonna move past that. I don't know what that is. That is very weird.
That
I was gonna,
What are you doing down there, Rex?
I don't know.
ouch.
Oh, sorry. I'm just taking care of this.
Can we take a minute to appreciate that nobody noticed I went under the floor and covered up my redstone? It got even better too because Leo and Spoke had a disagreement and logged on to Hypixel. If terrain logs off too, I can reset the whole trap.
Tag if you click on it. You are
No.
quit the game. You leave Minecraft. You leave Minecraft.
Is that why you logged off? Whoa! 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 One of the contestants was just killed in cold blood. One reason this is alarming is because death is a very important thing on this server. Anytime you die, you lose a heart permanently. The reason I have 2 extra hearts is because I won a bowling match IRL and I took a heart from Leo and this other guy. Leo changed his skin, killed my friend Spoke, and didn't bat an eye. Maybe he's killing me next. I don't know.
What are you talking about? I literally didn't do anything.
Leo, you
well,
have
there was a
some
clown pierce demon
You
who
have-
just appeared and
Yeah,
kind of took out
you need
Spoke.
an exorcism.
But we continue to play Jeopardy anyway, so I have one last plan. If I can get a friend to sneak under Jeopardy and pull my trap, we'll have got him. And there's only one person on the server who can help, Rochambeau. Yo, Ro, would you be willing to help me with a trap real quick? All right, yeah, I can probably do that in a sec. Grabbing invis now. Spoke, can you make a distraction with blocks real quick?
Can you break these? Do you have a big gun? Quickly! It's important!
Spoke placing the blocks would cover up Rochambeau since everything was going perfect. Terrain wasn't gonna notice a thing.
Somebody's outside right now.
I mean, to be fair, breaking grass is a lot louder than placing blocks.
Do you not hear it? The person.
I don't
hear that,
hear
yeah.
anything.
That's me. Traps
Wait,
like a
somebody's
bitch.
setting up traps
What's
under me. Wait. Somebody's setting up
Wait,
traps
hold on.
under me. Wait, hold on.
Okay,
This is not scripted. The
Wait,
entire video
wait,
was not
let me
scripted.
see,
Like, what
let
the
me
hell's
see.
going on?
Moving.
Right there was like a huge drop.
Although the trap was spoiled, terrain was in the perfect spot. One hit, and he'd be gone.
Oh, really?
No, bro, no.
Everything's going wrong. They found the trap, they heard Row, I couldn't even hit him in the hole myself. I thought back to the first season, my great void trap, something I prepared for weeks. It led up to a single moment, a single mistake, and everything was wasted. I couldn't trap them, and this felt exactly the same. But that video gnawed at me for weeks. I was not gonna let this stand. I had one final plan, so I sent Row the message and waited.
Rhymes of Steel 800.
Oh! 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 Run! Run! In my last video, I showed myself hiding in the vents of my secret base as it was being found, but I never showed that secret base, and I never showed how it got destroyed. It starts with this guy, Donturn, one of the few streamers on Lifesteal, who was digging a tunnel for his house. Now, if he had dug one block to the side, he wouldn't have found my base, and I wouldn't be making this video. But he did, and it ruined my entire video.
There's a fucking dolphin down here? What the f-
Wait, what's the name? What's the name?
Test something.
Listen, I could have picked a better name, I can't. But I promise, only a few dolphins will harm this video.
Be free! Be free!
To the first ones.
I don't know, but I kind of want to go down there now. Oh. Well, okay.
You're supposed to be
Oh,
You guys see what I just found?
Wait, what?
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 Holy shit! I think I know who put the iron on spawn.
At this point, the base was pretty much screwed. The storage room was supposed to be the most secure location, but he hadn't noticed the secret vents in the ceiling, which is where I'd be hiding in about 10 minutes. And there's 5 secrets in the secret base, so I felt pretty confident he wouldn't find them.
I think he's gonna shoot me up. Wait.
They didn't build it. They should do about it. I'm not blowing
I don't know about you guys, but RecRap's Discord icon showed away. Now it shows on.
Oh.
Check your viewers, check your viewers.
Yeah, check your viewers.
Oh, fuck. Chat, if
Check
Rex in
for
chat.
record.
No shot, Rex in chat.
Is he?
Okay, no, he's not. Crouch.
I'll admit, me logging on looks like I knew what they were up to, but I was actually just 40 blocks away digging yet another dolphin tunnel. I had no idea what they were doing.
Oh, Spectacle Senate.
Yeah. Wait, are they replacing Loool as president?
Oh, shit.
Again, they were wrong. That was actually the location of a second secret base, which nobody ever found, thank goodness. But now I'm kind of talking about it. Regardless, I wasn't overthrowing the government.
Tell you what.
Hmm.
If you could grab whatever you want.
Well, I was already going to